Champions of Bangkok, you'll never sing that. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Man Cave, Man Cave United on tour. It's the pre-season tour. I've got my man Adam. He's down in Melbourne. He's already led the charge all the way down to Melbourne. He was one of the first to arrive from Sydney for the big pre-season tour down there. Obviously, there was a game on last night, Manchester United v Liverpool in the blockbuster winner takes all Bangkok Cup trophy. What a trophy it was too. Adam, how you doing, my man?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. It's exciting to be down here, and I'll be happy when everyone else gets down here. At the moment, I'm down here with Dean Garden and Shane, two of my good mates, and I'm pumped, and I'm looking forward to you getting down here on Friday.
Oh, mate, I can't wait. Just a little over 48 hours, and I'm down there.
Yeah.
One more shift at work, and then on my way, bro.
Yeah.
Before we start, right, we're going to talk about something that happened with you and your daughters and Dino as well. So yesterday you were, yes, it was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, so yesterday you and your girls and Dino were invited to a photo shoot, and more or less an interview by the Sun Herald.
Yeah.
And I think what's the reporter's name there? Peter Rolfe.
Yeah, Peter Rolfe, I think. No,
Peter
Rolfe.
Rolfe.
Yeah, Peter Rolfe. Yeah.
So this is more or less before we get into a quick review of last night's game. This is more of a disclaimer, and just to try and get the right story out there. So Adam and his daughters and Dino were invited for an interview and a bit of a photo shoot with the Sun Herald. Now, Dino and his daughters and Adam and his daughters, they've all obliged and gone down in their Manchester United gear. There's the photo there. They've taken their flags. Now, what they weren't told was what the article was going to be about. So they were asked a couple of questions, mainly around Ronaldo. Adam's given his honest answer, and obviously, like all journos do, they've taken it out of context and gone and printed their own article and just made a whole different story. I'm going to get Adam to clarify what exactly happened, what was said, and then we're going to move on to our match review. Yeah, Adam, take it away.
Yeah,
talk to us. What happened?
Yesterday, we got a call from our supporters club, and they said there's somebody looking to do a photo shoot. And so I'm always happy to oblige. And the girls said, yeah, same with Dino. Well, Dino never had much choice. He was coming along for the ride.
You picked him up.
Yeah. And what do you call it? We gave Pete a call. And I don't recall him saying to us, can I ask you a couple of questions? I don't recall him saying that. All I remember is general conversation. And and then he's come out and basically made out as if we're all pissed off because Ronaldo's not turning up to the game, and most of the United fans are handing in their tickets because Ronaldo's not here, and it's so far from the truth. The quote that I said, the quotes that he's put in the paper are correct, but it's the way he's twisted it.
Yeah, it's the context he's
put it, and that's dirt big time. What I actually said, and in the article it does say that younger United fans would be disappointed that they would not see Ronaldo, and I'm guessing a lot of older United fans would be too. But in saying that, Manchester United older generation are always happy just to watch Manchester United. Ronaldo's probably not idolised as much by the older fans. I'm speaking for everyone, but he's not idolised by me, that's for sure, as most people know. And everyone wants to see the world's best. Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not coming to the tour because Ronaldo, and I'm not giving my ticket back because Ronaldo. I understand if you're not a Manchester United fan and you've decided, well, I'm not coming now, I'm going to sell my ticket. I get that. But to go and twist the words and make out as if us four of us are all pissed that Ronaldo's the no-show, is an absolute
Yeah, it's
embarrassment.
far from the truth.
That's right. It's an absolute embarrassment. It's an absolute farce. Like you're absolutely taking the piss out of me. And yeah, I just want to clarify, mate. If you're going to write that shit, at least tell me, because there's no way you would have got any words out of me.
If anyone knows Adam, and if anyone knows, especially even his girls who are still quite young, so they're going to be a part of that younger generation of United supporters. I can guarantee you, if United had sent their under 18s on this pre-season tour, Adam and his daughters would be in Melbourne watching the under 18s.
Mate, they could have sent their under 12s girls team and we would have been there. That's for sure.
100%.
And you know what? Look, and it's just not about me. Dino's in that shot as well. And,
yeah, of course.
Dino's he's been massive. Yeah.
I can imagine how he's feeling.
Oh, mate, he was pissed. I wouldn't say, look, we find it a little bit of a joke that, someone can actually go and twist your words like that, but it's
the power of journalism in the media, mate.
And we picked a good look. We probably picked the biggest newspaper in Melbourne, so the Herald Sun.
Yeah. What page?
Mate, it's actually page 10. So we've done good. So page 10, half a page, and both might as well say it's a full page article. So, mate, we've done all right, I reckon. But, mate, Pete, seriously, mate, you think that's going to suck United fans in? Most people know me and know Dean around United supporter base. You're absolute lunatic, mate, because it's an absolute fucking farce, that article, man. Seriously.
Yeah, pull your head in, Pete.
Yeah.
But anyway, what do they say? What do they say, Adam? Any publicity is good publicity, mate.
Yeah. Well, look, I've got to say one thing down here. Look, I'm pumped for this tour, and it's nothing better than getting all the fans together, getting down to the pub, having a sing and stuff like that. You don't really need the state to do anything for you, for United fans to come together and have a good time. You don't need anything. But I've got to say, the city of Melbourne, I'm pretty disappointed in you. Like, you've gone and put this event on, which is much appreciated by every United fan here in Australia. But come on, man, at least get some advertising around the city. Like, seriously, there's absolutely nothing. It's like walking around a ghost town. But yeah, it's come on.
Adam's woken up and he's wielding the axe this morning. He's not happy, and it all started with you, Peter Rolfe from the Sun Herald. Anyway, look. Let's move on.
We've won a trophy. We've won a trophy for the first time in 5 years.
Can we just talk about the state of that trophy first? It was like Bruno was holding a fucking wedding cake.
Mate, I thought it was the new Lego.
Oh, it was that? What a trophy, mate. Like I said, like I opened the show, and I don't think you expected me to open like that. Champions of Bangkok, you'll never sing that. So we're one up on them Scouse bastards.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the match. So obviously, United v Liverpool. It is a pre-season match, a friendly. But we did get a glimpse of Erik Ten Hag and what he thinks his, first 11 will be come the start of the season. And I know it's only game one of the pre-season tour. There's still 3 games left here in Australia, and I think he's got a couple more on the way back home to Manchester. So still early days, and he's going to be chopping and changing combinations and, putting players here and there to see what fits best for him. But more or less, it's probably the strongest 11 he's got at the moment. Would you agree with that, Adam?
Oh yeah, 100%. Look at the intensity from the start was it blew me away, the intensity at the start. But
it was like a basketball game.
It was.
I thought I was watching the NBA.
It was a crazy game at the start. It really was. It was actually good to see Martial up high, putting pressure, Rashford putting the pressure on Sancho, and stuff like that. We did start with a really strong side, and look, Liverpool never started with a strong side, and they did have some really good early chances. And
we'll get into it. Their kids, those youngsters that they had playing, they gave our players a run for their money, I think.
Oh, 100%. Look, they had to come in and pull off some really good saves early, which wasn't.
It's like he never had. It's like he never had a break. De Gea. He's just carried on.
Yeah, I
But
know.
I felt sorry for him. Oh, look, we'll quickly run through the lineup. So we had De Gea in goals. We had Delo, Varane, Lindelof, Luke Shaw in the back four. Fred and McTominay as the holding midfielders. We had Bruno, Sancho, Rashford, and Martial up top.
Yep.
Yeah, that's everyone. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Starting from De Gea, obviously he had a great game. Didn't another clean sheet for him and Tom Heaton, who later come into the game. De Gea was pulling saves out of the hat again.
Yeah.
Again, like
He's class, mate.
I thought our best players were our top three in Rashford, Martial, Sancho.
Yeah.
Bruno had an okay game. He played there was a ball he played. Look, I know I give Bruno stick, but it was a ball he played through to, I think it was either Martial or Sancho. I'm not exactly sure, but what a ball it was, and it put us through on the counter. But I have to say, our midfield and our back four, mate, shocking.
Yeah, they were. They were poor again. They were getting caught out big time. Look, if you're going to play a high pressing game and a game that quick, everyone's going to be in sync. And look, we know it's only a friendly, and they've only been at training for 2 weeks and stuff like that. But they really were getting carved up. Luke Shaw,
especially Luke Shaw.
Oh yeah. Look, it's his first game back for a lot of months. Understand, and he does look like he's trimmed down a lot, but he was well off the pace, Luke. And I actually thought he was jockeying too far away at times, and look, Fred did score a pretty cool goal where he chipped the keeper, but Fred again, man, he was all over the place. But I mean, I'm not going to roast the players. It was a 4-0 win, and
I know.
But look, to break down the game, I thought Liverpool I'm not going to give Liverpool a rap because I fucking hate them. But they hit the post a few times and stuff like that, and De Gea was pulling saves out. But again, our backs looked really lost at times through that first. Did they play? They had a drinks break, didn't they? And then they
they played the full 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
look, it made Liverpool an interesting game because Klopp came out and said, "Oh, a game between these two is never a friendly." But I'd like to hear his thoughts now.
Now that he said that, we can get an open bus parade through the city of Melbourne when they come and celebrate that trophy. Hey, trophy's a trophy, huh? So
that's it. That's what he said. Trophies are trophies, mate. We'll take it.
Success, mate. That's what we're about. So look, for the first 10 minutes, the game was end to end. But I thought Liverpool looked more likely to score than we did.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
They were pulling off a few more shots. Their attacking play, I don't know, they carved us up through the middle. Their attacking play did look threatening, but obviously De Gea pulled out some saves, and they weren't as clinical as what they probably would have been had it been their starting 11, like their strongest 11. And then against the run of play, Jadon Sancho, nice finish. There's a scramble in the box there, in the Liverpool box. Falls to Sancho at his feet, and he tucks it away nicely. 1-0 United. Yeah,
I actually thought it was poor from Liverpool. Their clearance, I think he had a bit of time to get rid of it, and it fell straight to Sancho, and it was a really class finish in the bottom right-hand corner. Mate, a lot of players probably last season would have panicked in that situation and put it over the bar. As you saw one of the Liverpool players do. He was in the same position, probably a little bit closer, and put it over. But
that was their 75 million pound signing, Darwin Núñez, by the way.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And
great signing. I hope you stay at Liverpool for 10 years. Please play like that all the time.
Yeah, and it was at the time actually Rashford and Sancho swapped over. So I think it was one of the first touches he had after they swapped over. So it was a good little move for them to swap over. And it was, when I saw the front three in the lineup, I just thought, well, you know what? Just getting Martial, I'm just thinking, Sancho out on the right, Rashford on the left, Martial. But this is why we bought Sancho, to play out on the right. So Yeah, Sancho started well. So the front three, like you said, was really good.
I'm going to touch more on the front three a bit later in the pod, and I'll just give my thoughts on not what I expect from them, but what I think can happen with those front three players. But anyway, so half an hour mark, again, another scramble in the box in Liverpool's 18-yard box. I put another poor clearance from one of their defenders, only a kid as well. Falls to Mr. Fred, pulled out the Brazilian passport again, and a nice little hot chip over his compatriot, Allison.
Yeah, well, mate, at that time, and it happens to me all the time. Whenever I message a mate or something like that, and I talk about a player that needs to step up a bit, they always seem to score a goal. So
maybe you should talk about all of them.
Yeah. I was talking to Fred about Fred at the time, and I'm thinking, fuck, he's getting caught out. He's losing the ball a bit. Like my old man was sitting with me watching the ball, and he's not as much into football as I am, but he was getting so frustrated with the ball turnover. He just wanted him to keep the ball. So, but just before that, we were losing the ball a fair bit. So, and it seemed to be a little bit of a trend coming forth of the game. So. But it was
like, as you mentioned before, like obviously we're going to give them like there's a bit of leeway with this one. It's only preseason. This is more about this game was more about minutes in the legs and getting their fitness up, and obviously only 2 weeks under Ten Hag, so getting his style of play isn't just going to happen at the click of a finger. It's gonna take a couple of games and a couple of more sessions, and until they get their rhythm in check. So. Hopefully.
I was impressed with their fitness levels, I've got to say. I was
very impressed with their temperature levels. Mate, they looked like they were drowning in sweat.
Yeah.
It was so hot there.
Yeah. So look, even in that game, a lot of those players that were first on in that first half, they're all dropping in for each other as well. And this is the kind of intensity Manchester United fans want. They want each player working for each other. They want players dropping back in. And that's a big Manchester United tradition where players drop in and help each other out. But you could be losing 3 or 4-0, but if a player works his ass off and drops back in defence and helps out, mate, the fans are going to acknowledge that straight away.
Yeah, in this day and age as well, in this style of like this modern day football, every player has to work. You can't just the ball's gone past you. You can't stop running. You have to work, otherwise you're going to get left behind. And United have been left behind for many years now, and we've fallen away from the top teams. It's time to get that back, and hopefully what we saw last night is the start of that. Anthony Martial, the Frenchman, has come back from loan. Obviously didn't have a great loan over at in Spain. I was quite impressed with what he put on the pitch there. He was pressing from the front. They were all pressing together. It was a nice high press. It was intense. They knew when to go. There was no headless chook running around for the sake of running. It was a good intensity from everyone. But Anthony Martial putting the pressure on Liverpool's centre-back forces an error. Centre-back loses the ball. Martial pounces, runs through on goal, and a nice little dink over Allison again. That's his
it was a class finish.
Second hot chip of the of the preseason for Allison. Good finish from Martial. It was good to see him. Look, good to see him playing well. I think he smiled once, which he usually doesn't do. So if you see his teeth, then you know he's feeling okay.
Yeah. Look, Anthony. Look, I was a massive criticism of Anthony Martial, and he shows me that kind of intensity through the season. He'd be back on the top of my. No, I wouldn't say top of my list, but he would definitely he'll be definitely getting good criticism. That's for sure. Yeah, he'll be getting a Christmas card. That's for sure. Yeah. Look, I was impressed with Anthony. I thought he was actually the best player on the pitch as well. I thought he played really well when he
I think he won man of the match.
Yeah, he did. He won man of the match, and I was really happy with the way he was. Yeah, look, it was good to see him interacting with the players. When he's got the ball, he's got that footwork that can hold up the play, so he allows his players to come forward. and it allowed Bruno to get into the game, and it allowed Bruno to slide real pass and stuff like that. So it really brought Sancho and Rashford into the game.
Yeah.
I actually noticed too with Rashford, I think there was one occasion where he tried to think he was George Best and try and take on the team. But other than that, he was moving the ball pretty well. And it was good to see the front, I'll call it the front four, because Bruno's involved there. And they were really working for each other. And they were actually looking to, Bruno was actually looking to slide the ball through. It was funny. Bruno was doing a blog on the plane, and he went up to Martial and said to him, plenty of goals this year. And Martial, to his credit, turns around and said, you give me a fair few assists and I'll do my best to put them away. So maybe
as a striker,
relationship.
A striker can't score without someone passing him the ball. So hopefully they do get that relationship they had prior to last season, because our front three prior to last season of Greenwood, Martial and Rashford, and Bruno just sitting in behind them, that was deadly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They were banging in goals for fun towards the end of the season.
Rashford and Martial was only two seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, probably 3 seasons now, we're scoring 24 and 25 goals each. So for the season, you would love to see that kind of form come back in. So without a doubt. Look, again, you're not going to get too excited, but look,
no.
What you saw last night was
just a glimpse,
kind of potential that United has got in the team, and yeah, it was good to see. Even when the thing that I enjoyed the most was when Klopp went and changed his whole team, being 3-0, he changed the whole side, didn't he? Was it 3-0? Yeah,
I think he
10 off,
changed
10
every.
on.
Yeah, 10 off, 10 on.
Yeah.
No, I think because Allison come off as well, but I don't know when he come off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, he changed the whole side basically, and United still kept sticking the pressure to him and kept that going for most of the game, which I was happy with Erik Ten Hag at that time too, because he could have easily just turned around and gone, well, I better make some subs as well, because they've gone and made the subs. But to his credit,
we made our subs at halftime though, so we had 10 off and 10 on as well at halftime.
Oh, was that at halftime? I thought it was a little bit later than that.
No, it was at halftime. So everyone.
So Hayes stayed on, didn't he?
He stayed on for a while longer.
Yeah.
And I think Tom Heaton might have got the last 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. Yeah. And he pulled off some good saves too.
Oh yeah, he was really good, wasn't he? Yeah. So.
How do you like that one, Henderson?
Yeah.
I'm so glad he's gone. Anyway, when Liverpool brought on their strongest side, like that 10 substitution, I didn't think we were going to lose anyway. Like at that stage, I thought maybe they might jag a goal or two back, but I thought just because of the time, they wouldn't have enough time to get a third. But I didn't expect us to go and score a goal ourselves against the Rolls-Royce world's greatest defender ever seen, ever born.
Oh yeah,
Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, the God's gift of defenders. Yeah, the best. Oh
please.
Team. Yeah.
ACL incoming.
Yeah.
But Eric Boy ripping players left, right, and centre. That bloke will give you a heart attack.
Mate, he did it just before that. He actually went through the front line for Liverpool. He actually faked to go out wide to the right to Wan-Bissaka, and he's just faded straight through the middle. And then I'm thinking to myself, and then he offloaded, which was really nice. Mate, he put on a bloody good show last night. I tell you what,
I don't think he believes he's a defender. I think he thinks he's like a midfielder or a winger. Yeah. He's too big and clumsy to go play up there, so they've lumped him at the back.
Mate, that's the second goal for the fourth goal by Pellistri. Mate, that run he made, and he kept it going. And that kind of stuff, I hope Erik Ten Hag encourages that, because let me tell you one thing over the past, and I'm pointing fingers here, over the past, probably 10 years, I've been so annoyed with the fact that players push up, they push up towards the box, and next minute they go, "Oh shit, I'm too far forward. I better be careful here." Mate, just keep going in the box. Just keep going. Drive. Get that extra number in the box. We don't get
I
enough
understand.
numbers in the box.
I understand what you're saying, but the quality of our players over the past 10 years haven't been
Yeah,
fantastic
I
either.
understand that. I understand that. But sometimes it's a coach's call as well, where they don't
Yeah.
want to push that far forward. They want to play a
Look,
defensive game.
I know under Louis Van Gaal, he was very strict on your positioning.
Yeah.
You know,
Same with
so
Mourinho. Mourinho didn't like players pushing forward as well. So he was
we had
very
that much
defensive.
we had that much backwards passing under Van Gaal. Our defenders wouldn't even leave our box. There was no
That's
point.
it. Look, you did see that yesterday in yesterday's game as well. We were going back at times, and I've got to admit, I was, and I know McTominay's your boy, and I like McTominay as well. But
No, he had a
at
shot.
time, mate, if he's gonna be on the pitch, go looking for that ball from six. Go looking for it. Fred, look, I don't think we played 2 6s last night, did we? We played a 6 and an 8. So McTominay was a little bit freaked. I don't know. Were we playing 2 6s? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm lost with it these days. Like,
look, just on that before you go digging out McTominay, because I know he had a shock and he did go hiding. What I did notice yesterday, because when you and I were messaging each other about it, what I did notice yesterday, whenever Lindelof, and I haven't seen this from any of our United sides in a long time, if ever, what I did notice was that whenever Lindelof or Varane had the ball and our two fullbacks would push forward, I didn't notice Delo doing it. I more noticed Luke Shaw. He would actually come in to the midfield and give our centre backs an extra option in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
And I know
I saw that a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was sort of tucking in, and then that would give either Fred or McTominay a bit of room. So Shaw would make himself as a 6, and then McTominay or Fred would either stay as the other 6, and the other one would sort of roam around a bit. I know, look, McTominay, I'm not going to say he went hiding, but he didn't exactly come looking for the looking for the ball.
My daughter. Seriously, man.
I just saw this bun. Oh, it's funny. But yeah, so that's what I did notice. And I know, look, again, first game of the season.
Get out. Oh my God.
But yeah,
So
I did notice he did have to come looking for the ball a bit more.
Yeah. The only problem I have with Luke Shaw tucking in like that is if you've already got 2 6s or a 6 and 8 and Bruno dropping a little bit deeper. Look at these Muppets. Seriously. Get out, will you? Yeah.
There we can. But Manchester City play this way.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that, but your wingers have actually got to drop back in a little bit quicker, probably, which will come with time, I suppose. Yeah. I just want McTominay or Fred to pick up. Look, I saw Fred picking up the ball at times, and look, McTominay was a little bit of an enforcer yesterday. It was good to see McTominay and what's his name Milner coming to blows, and Milner got one back on McTominay, which is good. You like to see that kind of stuff.
I know Milner plays for Liverpool and he's played for City and he's played for almost every team in the Premier League, bar United. Surely that guy's like 400 years old. It's so impressive that he's still going. Yeah, I feel like he's older than Ronaldo, to be honest.
Yeah, I know.
He's been around forever, that guy. He's a machine. But he's a Scouser and we hate him. No, you're right. I'll try and keep this pod going while Adam controls the troops. There he is.
It doesn't matter what age your kids are. They still want to annoy you no matter what.
So Pellistri, the Uruguayan, he wraps up the game at 4-0. Trophy in the bag. First win under Erik Ten Hag. 100% win record. He's our greatest manager since Sir Alex Ferguson.
Look,
he can retire.
Just back on that goal. Like the way Eric Bailly came through that middle and then created the 3-on-1, was it, or 4-on-2 or whatever it was. And then they loaded it up.
Yeah, 3-on-1.
Yeah,
Van Dijk looked lost.
Yeah, didn't know what to do.
No,
and
he was doing circles.
Mate, the way he tucked it away was really nice. I actually thought, because actually Marcus Bai was actually a little bit ahead of him, I thought. Like, if he had
who's Marcus Bai? Rugby league player? Erik Bai.
Erik Bai. So, mate, my kids are killing me. I'm telling you.
Marcus Bai played for the Melbourne Storm.
That's right, yeah, on the wing. Yeah. Yeah. I thought he was a little bit ahead of him. So, if he had passed off, he probably might have been called offside. So, yeah, it was a really nice finish to the bottom left. Yeah.
Nice finish, 4-0, regardless of whether it's a friendly or not. Liverpool absolutely towed us up last season. So to get one back, and I know the game means nothing overall, you know, with all due respect to the Bangkok Cup trophy.
Yeah.
But to get one over the Scousers, mate, that's a tick in our box. We'll take it. And if you hear what Erik Ten Hag said post-match, he knows that he could see that there was a lot of mistakes happening on the pitch, but he understands it's only the first game. He understands he's only had these boys for 2 weeks, you know, running his drills, running his style, playing the way he wants to play. So he obviously sees the potential in these players, and that the improvements will come. And I think as a United fan, we all saw that yesterday, that it was already an improvement just by the high line they played, the intense pressing that was going on. And it wasn't just needless pressing for the sake of it. It was just every press that they performed, there was intent. So
I actually thought at one stage, at one of those drinks breaks, or it might have been at half time, they actually panned the camera to Erik Ten Hag, and he was actually giving Fred a little bit of stick. I don't know what that was about. He was telling him where he needed to be, and he was actually being quite forceful with his comments.
Mate, I'm struggling to figure out which one Ten Hag is. There's that many bald guys on our bench now. He's got doppelgangers left, right, and center.
Yeah.
You know what did feel good though? I don't know. I don't know why, and I don't know the reason for it, but there was something that looked right and felt right about seeing Steve McLaren.
Oh yeah, mate. He's
his assistant manager.
And he's a great trainer, and it's good to have that kind of person back in the group and staff. So the staff and coaching staff, and yeah, you know, he's got a lot of knowledge, and he's been around for a long time now. So you know, the players have got the utmost respect for him, and obviously the coaching staff too. And yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to do great things this year, but
no, we are. We're going to win. The quadruple's coming. Everything. We're taking it all.
I'm just going to try and stay nice and calm, and just say I was very impressive last night, and it was good to get one over the Scousers. And look, I had a couple of Scousers messaging me through the game, and they were putting shit on Harry Maguire while he wasn't there. I was very professional about it. I didn't answer him. I just let it go, and they'd probably be stewing right now because I didn't say anything to them. But yeah, fuck yourselves.
And there it is. Ba-boom.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's funny, yes. Get fucked.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's Thailand wrapped up. Onward to Melbourne. I know they're on their flight already, I believe. Landing sometime today.
In approximately
Don't tell anyone. 48 hours they'll be there.
Yeah, 48 hours.
They'll be landing in Melbourne soon.
They'll be landing in Melbourne very soon.
So the Melbourne leg starts.
Yeah.
I know you're pumped. You've been down there a couple of days already.
Yep.
A few of the boys from the supporters club have already landed there this morning.
Yeah.
I know myself and a couple of other guys from the supporters club, we'll be there Friday morning. I'm pumped. I can't wait. I don't even want to go to work tonight, but I have to. Yeah. I don't want to do tonight's shift. I don't care what goes on. I just want to wrap it up tomorrow, relax. I've got to pack my stuff, make my way down there, Oh man, I can't
Yeah.
wait. Hey, and what about Nanny signing for Melbourne
Yeah,
Victory?
Melbourne Victory signed Nanny. So I don't know. Well, I saw a photo of him at I think it might have been the Etihad or something like that in the paper yesterday or today, and
Yep,
I don't know whether he's in town. I do not know. So, but it'd
I
be
believe he
very.
is because
He's in town, is he? Okay.
yeah they've walked him through. He's had a look through the stadium already.
Yeah, it's a photo I saw.
He's already mentioned that he wants to be a part of the match for Friday night against Manchester
Okay, cool.
United.
That's very
And
good.
a bit of a, I don't know if there's a bit of a hint there, a bit of a teaser about him playing or not. So there was an Instagram story or a post from Ultra Football pressing the number 17 on, I think it was Ultra Football, pretty sure it
Yeah.
was, pressing the number 17 on the Melbourne Victory shirt for Nanny, and it had the match detail versus Manchester United up the
Yeah,
top.
right.
It was
That's pretty
very
good.
fine writing, so I had to look
Yeah.
at it
Yeah.
magnifying glass.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a bit of a hint that he will be there. It'd be great to see him play again. We know that he's had great success at Manchester United, and I probably wouldn't put him in legend status, but he's more like a cult
He
hero.
was one of, I won't harp too much on Nanny. Look, he was one of those players that, had one good season, and he had a couple of consistent ones, but then failed towards the end. So, well, at times I was really frustrated with the Nanny, another Portuguese that I was frustrated with. But
bit harsh because being in the shadows of Cristiano Ronaldo at the time.
of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Cristiano wasn't around, he did step up. Let me tell you, he was very good.
Yeah.
When Cristiano wasn't around, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Well, Adam, looks like we've wrapped it all up, mate. We've touched on your your article from yesterday.
Yeah.
Again, Peter Rolfe, Sun Herald, pull your head in. We expect an apology article in tomorrow's paper. If not, we expect to be compensated. This is not on, mate. This is un-Australian. We've touched on the United being
Do you
champions.
know who I am? Do you know who I am?
We're from Sydney, mate. Don't mess with us. We're them Sydney wankers.
We love you, Pete. You stitch us up big time.
Yeah, there's a stitch up. Oh, you bastard. We've touched on our massive victory in Bangkok. We're the champions of Thailand, world champions of Thailand. It's fantastic. Melbourne's coming, man. I can't wait. I want to thank everyone for watching. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe the video. We're going to be bringing some more content down in Melbourne. As soon as I land, I'm catching up with Adam, giving him a big hug. I've missed the guy already. I don't see him. I see him once a month, and I miss him because he's so far away now. Yeah, we'll be doing some recordings down there, and get the vibe of Melbourne and around the stadium. We'll do some match day stuff, and then see what else we can bring everyone over the weekend. Until then, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget, again, subscribe to the channel, please. Adam.
All right, mate.
It's been a pleasure, mate. I'll see you Friday.
Bye.
Bye.